7 wins this year, and he's got 67-8 for a tremendous record for the Patriots. 7-0 this year, looking to make it 8-0 tonight. The two linebackers, David Satterfield and Todd Collins, are the captains tonight for the Patriots. Out there in the discussion, backed up by the entire Patriot squad, waiting for the tossing of the coin. Patriots have won the toss, have elected to receive. They'll be defending the north goal, so we're about ready to tee it up. Captains for Greeneville were Chris Berkey, their fine receiver, and Craig West, defensive tackle. Play about ready to get underway. The Greeneville High School Green Devils with a record of 3-4. Winners over the Patriots last year, 44-42 in 2 overtimes against the state's #1 ranked AAA team, the Jefferson County High School Patriots. Kicking off for the Devils will be number 25, Shane Matthews. I believe that's right. That's correct. Shane Matthews will be kicking off. Deep for the Patriots, standing down around the 5-yard line. Moving back now to the 3- or 4-yard line. Kenny Madison, who has returned 2 kickoffs this year, 1 for 90 and 1 for 98. Matthews waiting for the signal from the officials, and he approaches it and he hits it. A duck hook going to be taken on the far sideline and allowed to go out of bounds over there at the 15-yard by 10-yard line. I don't think Andre Batts touched it. So Greeneville will have to bring it back and do it again from 5 yards deeper.
Well, that's a pretty smart play that time by Andre Batts. If he'd tried to field that ball, they'd probably been pinned back pretty deep in their own territory.
Andre Batts, the fine senior defensive end, playing an up back position on the far side of the field with Kenny Madison deep. Eric Carter, the up back on the near side. Again, Shane Matthews teeing it up this time at the 35, and he approaches it. This hits with this one straight, and it's going to be taken by Madison at the 12, 15, 20, 25, 30, and almost a late hit out there by a Patriot blocker, but nothing called. So the Patriots will take over, 1st and 10 at their own 30. Taylor Quarles, fine senior quarterback, and to run the Patriot offense. His running backs are Darren Cunningham and Kenny Madison. Split wide to the near side, Jesse Day, Tracy Ivy to the far side of the field. Taylor Quarles with his back split. On a long count, takes and hands straight ahead to Cunningham. Breaks out across the 35, the 40, out across the 45 to the 46, the 47-yard line. Hard running by Darren Cunningham.
Great run that time. Good job of the offensive line up front. A little fold action looked like that time. Bill going to tackle block the other side of the guard, and pulled outside and kicked out the end and knocked yards up the middle.
Jason Inslee into the Patriot lineup with the play, replacing Jesse Day. 1st and 10 Patriots, ball at their own 47-yard line. Play just underway in the first quarter. Backs are split again as Quarles takes, spins, his again to Cunningham. Cunningham almost breaks it all the way, but he's finally stopped as he gets down to the Greeneville 40-yard line, but the last man that could have gotten him.
That was that same play, Bill. That's, they've seen a weakness there in the defense, and I thought that's where they were attacking.
Brian Stubbs on the tackle, and he barely got Cunningham by an ankle. John David Holland in with the play, replacing Tracy Ivy. So it's Inslee split wide to the near side, Holland to the far side. Again, the backs split are Madison and Cunningham. 1st and 10. The give again to Cunningham. Cunningham blasts through all the way down to the 30-yard line, where he's brought down by number 11, Don Westbrook. There's a flag on the play. Looks like an illegal block as a preliminary signal from the official. And that will cost the Patriots, as on 3 straight gives to Darren Cunningham, they have all been 3 big plays that each of them have just about gone all the way. But this time the penalty is going to be a big one, and it's going to move it all the way back to the Patriot 44-yard line. So that's going to be something like 1st and 25 for the Patriots. All at their own 44 as Quarles brings them up. Quarles takes, goes to the far side, rolls back, looking to pass. He's looking out there for Todd, for Jason Inslee, and he drops it. Drops it down at the 25-yard line all by himself. He had to take it over his shoulder. It would have been a good catch.
In defense of Jason Inslee, he was looking back for the ball on his outside shoulder. The ball was thrown back into his inside. That's a tough catch, one he could have made, but he was wide open too.
So we got a 2nd and 25, ball at the Patriot 44-yard line. 10:29 remaining in the first period, no score. As Quarles takes, and on a draw play, nothing. In fact, a loss as the give on the draw is to Kenny Madison, and the Green Devils really smelled that one out.
Greeneville that time switched to a 40 defense and left the center uncovered, and probably confused a few people up front. They'll be able to work on that on the sideline when they come back out.
Loss is back to the 41-yard line, where it's going to be 3rd and horizon. Jason Inslee back in, replacing Jesse Day. 3rd and 28. Less than 10 minutes remaining in the first period. No score. As Quarles, definitely in a passing situation, brings him up. Takes, looks out in the flat for Inslee. Inslee's going to have to make some moves to get away, and he does. He's thrown back inside the 40 to the 39-yard line by Doug Burns. Go ahead.
Great play that time by Doug Burns, the quarterback. He was out there and made the tackle in the open field before you think he'd get going.
Pass to the flat was thrown high, so Jason had to go up real high and stretch it out. It took a lot of time to go out and just pull the pass in, and then when he got down, Doug Burns was bearing down on him and made a good open field tackle. So it's a 4th and 28. Johnny Williams, standing back at his own 25, will kick it. Gets the kick away, a nice high driving spiral, and the fair catch is called for and taken at the 19-yard line in Green Devil territory by Chris Herty. Beautiful kick by Johnny Williams.
No huddle.
No huddle for the Green Devils. 8:56 remaining in the first period. No score. Eric Moon, the quarterback, his backs are split. Takes, throws out there, looking, and almost intercepted by John David Holland, and that would have been 6.
That's the way you teach your defensive backs to be able to break on the football, and he did a great job, then read the play and almost had 6 points.
Again, from no huddle, and as we said, the Silver Fox is always full of surprises, but it comes out with no huddle. Quarterback Eric Moon looks him over, this time with a single back, man in motion going to the far side. Moon rolls out to the left, looking across there, has Berkey, and Berkey is knocked out of bounds after maybe a short gain by Todd Collins on the far side at the 22-yard line. Again, with no huddle now, a 3rd and 7 situation. They're marking it as a 23. Eric Moon, backs are split. Seems like he has receivers everywhere, and we may have a delay of game or somebody lining up all sides. Let's see what we got. Off sides against the Green Devils as they lined up in that no-man's zone, I expect. And that'll cost them 5. Move it back to the 18, where it'll be 3rd and 12. for the Greenes. Eric Boone, leading passer in the IMAC, looks him over, long count, takes, drops out, looks out in the flat for Berkey, has him out there, he breaks one tackle, gets out to the 20, but no farther than that is Andre Batts, wraps him up there.
That's a good play that time by Andre Batts, Bill. He dragged the man down from behind, and he showed a lot of design on the hustle to get out there and make that play.
So we got a kicking situation, a 4th and 9. Ball at the Greeneville 20 as Kenny Madison drops back into to receive the kick. High snap, pull down. Low driving kick is backing up Madison, who takes it back at the 35, looks for a wall. Now goes to the far side to the 40, 35, midfield where he's down over there. By number 79. And that's Teddy Deal. Good job of bringing the ball back by Kenny Madison. And the Patriots will take over at midfield, 1st and 10, with 8 minutes remaining to be played in the first quarter. No score. As Taylor Quarles brings them up. Jesse Day split wide to the near side. The give again to Cunningham. Cunningham 45, Cunningham 40, 35, 30. Knocked out of bounds as he gets down around the 25-yard line. Ron Westbrook saved the touchdown as they seem to be keying on Madison, and it's opening it up, it appears, for Cunningham.
All they're doing, Bill, they're just running the veer back to the strong side, and that time it's a great job on the left side of the line, the strong side of the line. The tackle came off and picked up the linebacker, and he was smooth sailing.
1st and 10, Patriots at the 25-yard line in Greeneville territory. Quarles takes, goes to the far side, hands off to Bobby Morgan, who gets short running room down around the 21. Tackle made over there by Lewis Morlock. Put it back, I guess, around the 22-yard line and make it 2nd and long 6. Short 7. Take your pick. Quarles looks him over now, takes again, fakes this time to Cunningham, keeps, and he's dances around over there, gets away from people, and gets on down inside the 10, basically on his own. Taylor Quarles really doing some fine tiptoeing down there and gets on down there inside the 10 around the 7-yard line for a 1st down for the Patriots.
That was a great individual effort that time by Taylor. His running back got a little bit ahead of him, got messed up the pitch relationship, and he really didn't have any choice but to run it. Run that tackle, almost scooted in the end zone.
John David Holland in with a play. He split to the wide side, the far side, and Jesse Day to the near side. Quarles takes, handoff to Cunningham, and Cunningham is in, standing up for the touchdown. Well, could this be somewhat of a surprise to the Green Devils, the fact that we're going to Cunningham so much early after the great game that Madison had last week?
Well, I just think it's good coaching, Bill. I think we've got them outmanned. We're blowing them off the line up front, but we're knocking them back 3 and 4 yards every time. And I think Coach Kesmith and Coach Anthony realize that we've got a big size advantage, and they decided that they're going to run right at them and make them stop us first. I think it's just an excellent coaching move.
Okay, we've got a timeout on the field, and I don't know who called it, quite frankly, but we're going to stay right here. 6:43 remaining to be played in the first quarter, and the Patriots have taken a 6-0 lead, and still undetermined whether they're going to go for 1 or go for 2. But it may be, if they go for 1, that Bobby Morgan is lining up to handle that rather than Anthony Dawkins. This is one of those situations where the center and the holder and the kicker are all over on one side of the field, the rest of the team over on the near side of the field, where they could do either, and they pitch it out there to Cunningham, and Cunningham's going to take it in for 2. Patriots lead it 8-0. We'll be back after this. Let's do 1. Bobby Morgan hits it. It's going high, and it's going to be taken at the 9-yard line. Comes out across the 10, the 15, and he's decked as he gets up short of the 20. David Cagle, the big sophomore, in there to make a big hit on Berkey as he brought it back, tried to get back to the 20, couldn't do it. Make it 1st and 10 for Greeneville. Ball at their own 19-yard line. 6:38 remaining in the first period. They trail the Patriots 8-0. Quarterback Eric Moon brings them up now. Running backs are Jefferson and Anderson as he takes on a long count. Got some movement out there, and let's see what the call is. Patriots think that Greeneville moved. But that's not what the officials think. It's going to cost the Patriots 5 yards for all sides. Brad, tell us a little bit about that point-after maneuver by the Patriots. They did that again after last week.
That's a nifty little play. They line up their linemen up on the left side of the ball, and everybody's on the line of scrimmage, so they have the proper amount of men in the back coming on the line of scrimmage. The center just picks up the ball and pitches to the running back, and he just walks into the end zone.
Okay, Moon takes. Moon's looking to go deep out here for Berkey. Coverage out there by Tracy Ivy up around the 48-yard line of the Patriots, but it's overthrown. So the incomplete pass stops the clock with 5:55 remaining in the first quarter. Patriots leading 8-0. We'll have a 2nd and 5 situation now for Greeneville. All short of their 25. Let's call it the 24. A lot of pressure being applied to Moon that time as he tried to read the rush and hit for a deep one with that rush coming in there. Moon on a long count takes, gives on his first running play, keeps himself and finds running room out across the 30, up around the 32-yard line for a first down for Greeneville.
Eric Moon that time showing his athletic ability. Made a pretty quick cut back into the inside and brought the ball back and picked up the first down.
Tracy Ivy coming up and making the stop from his secondary position. So 1st and 10 for Greeneville, their first of the evening. Ball at their own 33-yard line. But their fine receiver, Chris Berkey, split way out here to the near side as they're heading toward the north side of the field, north end of the field. Eric Moon with only a single running back behind him this time, and we've got a call, and it's a delay of game call against Greeneville, and that'll cost them 5.
Makes it tough on your offense when you start in the hole like that, 1st and 15. You hate to get penalties anytime, but you hate to get silly penalties like that make you start back in your own territory so deep.
So it'll be a 1st and 15 for the Devils. Move the ball back to their 28-yard line. 5:19 remaining. Again with a single running back. And a man in motion to the right. Moon takes. Looking out there, it's going to be batted down by John David Holland, who almost had his second almost interception of the night.
That hit John David right in the hands. He was a little bit surprised, I believe, that the ball was thrown so good to him. He just couldn't hang on to it.
First pass of the game, John David almost picked off, and it would have been a touchdown. And again, good pressure being applied to Moon. 3rd and 15 at the 28. Out of the same formation. This time man in motion and an inside give there to the running back, and he gets out to the 30 to the 35-yard line where he's met very suddenly and very determinedly by Tracy Ivy.
That's the way you teach people to tackle. He broke down the man and drove the man backwards into the ground. Excellent tackle.
4th and 7, ball at the 35. Dropping back into kick formation, and we haven't been able to pick up his number yet. Madison standing back at the Patriot 29. Good snap, some pressure, but a good kick. And it's going to be allowed to hit, and it's taking a Patriot bounce and will be allowed to, well, be down by Greeneville at the Patriot 33. So with 4 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the first half, in the first quarter, Patriots leading at 8-0. Patriot offense takes over again with good field position. Ball at their own 33. Taylor Quarles comes in behind center, big David Satterfield. Running backs this time are Eric Carter and Darren Cunningham. Back to pass. Quarles looking for Inslee, just off of his fingertips. Again, he was open this time. He made a diving attempt. Ball was slightly overthrown down at the Greeneville 39-yard line.
Good try that time by Jason Inslee. That ball was well thrown, just a little bit overthrown.
Kenny Madison back in replacing Eric Carter, and Jesse Day into the Patriot lineup. Replacing Jason Inslee. 2nd and 10. Quarles with his back split takes. Pitches to Madison. Madison tries to get outside. 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, inside the 50 on the last second lunge, gets it down to the Greeneville 49-yard line. Good effort by Kenny Madison.
Just to veer back to the strong side that time, Bill. A good block, good job of blocking out here on the corner by Jesse Day. It's tough for a wideout sometimes to make those type of blocks. He got on the man and locked on him and made a good block and enabled Madison to get up the field.
That was a left foot placement. Move it back from the 49 to midfield. Call it 1st and 10 for the Patriots at that point. 3:49 remaining in the first quarter. Give to Bobby Morgan for short yardage. Down to the Greeneville 47 or 48-yard line. Let's call it 2nd and 8 at the 48. Cunningham replaces Bobby Morgan in the lineup. Clock running, 3:20 remaining in the first period. Patriots lead at 8-0 on the move again. And there's a call as somebody has lined up in that no-man's zone again. Let's see if it was offensively or defensively. Offsides against the Patriots. And both teams are playing a little bit of self-destruct in all their anxieties tonight at getting at one another. So that 5-yard penalty moves the ball back into Patriot territory at the Patriot 48, where it'll be 2nd and 13. Quarles ready to put it back in action. Long count takes, comes to the near side, keeps it himself, 50, 45, cuts inside, 40, 35, 30. He may go, and he's going to be caught and pushed out of bounds inside the 10 at the 12-yard line by Brian Stubbs.
It was a good play that time for the Patriots. Just a little veer action back to the strong side, Taylor Guy open. But something I was impressed, I saw big number 55, Brian Overbay, down there, down the field from the back side and made a good block to enable Taylor to get about another 10, 15 yards. That's a good hustle for an offensive guard.
A good read by quarterback Taylor Quarles and good blocking up front by Brian Overbay and the lead wide receiver, Jesse Day. Quarles on 1st and goal from the 8. Gives off to Cunningham, and Cunningham running hard off left tackle, picks up yardage down to around the 2-yard line, maybe the 3, let's call it the 3. So it'll be 2nd and goal for the Patriots at the Greeneville 3-yard line. Bobby Morgan replaces Darren Cunningham for the Patriots. 2:20 remaining in the first period. Quarles with Madison and Morgan split behind him. looks him over, maybe calling an audible at the line of scrimmage. Give, he keeps himself and goes in for the touchdown. Taylor Claus saw something that he didn't like about his original call, so he just kept it, and behind big David Satterfield, goes into the end zone for the touchdown. With 2:02 remaining, the Patriots lead it 14-0. And Bobby Morgan again over there with the snapper and the holder. And this time the team does shift over for the PAT. And Bobby Morgan will be attempting his first point after this year. Snap, ball down, the kick is up, and the kick is good. Time out on the field. The Patriots lead it 15-0. We'll be back after this. Bobby Morgan approaches it and hits it. It's going to be a long, high driving kick. It's going to be taken by Berkey at the 5, out to the 10, 15, 20, and he's decked as he gets across the 20, out to the 22, maybe the 23-yard line. Robert Tucker in on that hit, along with Doug Renault.
That was a great offensive drive that time in Jefferson County. I mean, you can see what's happening up front. Yeah, when they snap the ball, the Patriots are going forward and the Green Devils are going back about 3 yards. Jefferson County dominating the line of scrimmage.
1:44 remaining in the first period. Patriots lead it 15-0. Eric Moon, the quarterback, sends a man in motion to the left, another inside give, and he gets some running room out across the 25 to the 27-yard line. That's Kyle Moore. And about the only yardage they've picked up for the running game has been that inside give.
Bill, that's a play that Ray County ran very effectively against us and picked up quite a bit of yardage, and I think they probably picked that up from the films and put that in just for Jefferson County.
Gain of 4 yards, 2nd and 6 at the 27, as Moon brings him up, splits his backs this time, and his wide receivers each side of the field to give on a dive across and breaks free out across the 35 to the 39-yard line. Good yardage there by Jeff Anderson. Jeff Anderson got a good hole over there. Again, Tracy Ivey made the stop.
Good run that time by Anderson, but what made the play was a read by the quarterback Moon. He saw the defensive tackle was going outside, and he gave the ball off to the dive man for good yardage.
1st and 10, Greeneville, ball at their own 38-yard line. Quick snap, Moon out to pass, and he's going to be thrown for a loss by Todd Collins. That was quick.
Fox has run that one again.
Collins blitzed through there. Nobody touched him. Or maybe he ran over 1 or 2 getting there. But anyway, the loss is back to the 32.
I believe Mr. Moon will have a talk with his offensive lineman, tell him they need to pick up number 89 from here on out.
2nd and 16 for the Greenies. Ball at their own 32-yard line, and that's the end of the first period. The score, Patriots 15, Greeneville nothing. We'll be back after this.
See something. Let's be kind to the old coach. I'm not going to say about you.
Back at Patriots Stadium on homecoming night in Dumplin Valley. Patriots lead it 15-0 after the first period. And a big defensive play by All-American Todd Collins. Rips off a big 6-yard loss as they begin a new offensive series, and now they find themselves with a 2nd and 16 situation at their own 32 as play gets underway in the second quarter. Eric Moon, their fine quarterback, looks him over, backs are split, looks to throw, looks for Berkey, has him at the 29, 30, 35, and he's knocked out of bounds as he gets up around the 40-yard line. John David Holland, Tracy Ivey, and Todd Collins were there, but not until Berkey picked up pretty good yardage. Up to the 40.
Pretty safe play that time. Just a little quick flare-out pass out there, and then it was blocking out in front of him. Picked up pretty good yardage for that type of play.
Still 3rd and about 9, though, at the 40. As Moon looks him over. Boone takes the give. Nowhere to go for Anderson as Paul Helton wrapped him up at the line of scrimmage.
Good play that time by Paul Helton. I bragged on Moon when he made a good read a minute ago, so I'll have to fuss at him. He made a bad read that time.
The give then was to Kyle Moore. Correction on that. Helton made the good play. No gain. It'll be 4th and 9 for the Greenies. Ball at their own 40. And they'll have to kick it. Kenny Madison pulls out a high snap, kicks one straight up, and it's going to be out of bounds, and let's see where they mark it. Going to go out somewhere around the 42 or 43 yard line. So once again, the Patriots will start off with good field position with 10:53 remaining in the first half. Patriots lead it 15-0. They'll start off 1st and 10 at their own 43 yard line. Taylor Quarles with Darren Cunningham and Kenny Madison. Split behind him. Looks over that Green Devil defense. On a long count, takes, looks for Madison. Madison's got running room, pulls away, 40, 35, 30, 25. Takes away from one man, and he's finally going to be brought down around the 15-yard line in Greeneville territory.
That was a good run that time with Kenny Madison. He just broke the ball out to the outside, didn't hardly get touched, and used his speed, broke one tackle about 10 yards down the field, and picked up a nice game.
Moving back to the 16 and call it 1st and 10 for the Patriots. Ball deep in Greeneville territory at their 16. Dougal Spivey comes out limping a little bit there. Hope that's nothing serious. Taylor Quarles takes, moves to the inside, and he's going to be thrown. He may have gotten back near the line of scrimmage, but it looked like there was a mix-up there, or a misread one.
A little confusing that time in the backfield. Taylor tried to get as much as he could.
Loss of a yard. Let's call it back at the 17 and make it 2nd and 11 for the Patriots at that point. Clock running with 9:54 remaining in the first half. Dan Quarles brings them up, looks over the situation. Again, it's Cunningham and Madison. The give is to Cunningham after the fake to Madison, and Cunningham gets inside the 15 around the 12-yard line before being knocked down there by Ben Weems.
Like a little new wrinkle we put in there. They pulled the backside guard and tackle that time, and who was trailing them. I haven't seen that play this year.
Dougal Spivey back into the lineup, as is John David Holland, placing Robert Tucker and Tracy Ivey. Jason Inslee split wide to the right, the near side. Quarles takes, rolls out to the near side, looking to throw. He's got pressure, and he's going to be thrown for a loss back at the 20. Don Jeffers, with help from Eric Pearson, put the pressure on him, and nobody got open down there as the Greeneville secondary did a good job. So we're going to find ourselves with a 4th and 6 situation. Ball back at the 20. Scott Henson into the Patriot lineup. Looks like they're going to go for it rather than try the field goal. So 4th and 6. Ball at the 20. 8:20 remaining. Taylor Quarles takes, looks, has Collins down at the 10, but that'll be enough for a first down, or will it? No, it will not. It'll be short. As he hit Taylor Quarles hit Todd Collins on that spin and then quick looking pass to the tight end down around the 10-yard line, but there was somebody there waiting to stop it. So the Patriot offense has to turn it over to Greeneville, and they've held, and it's 1st and 10 for the Devils at their own 10-yard line with 8 minutes remaining in the first half. They trail 15-0. Eric Moon brings them up. Back to Anderson and Moore. And to give, and a fumble. I see he's got it. I believe Patriots have got it. Todd Collins. Correction. Scott Hickey came up with that fumble recovery. So the Patriots are back in business again with a 1st and goal at the Greeneville 7-yard line on a big hit down there by Collins and a fumble recovery by Hickey. 7:35 remaining. Taylor Quarles, Madison, and Morgan. The give is to Morgan. Morgan breaks tackles, gets down close to the goal line. Let's see, he stopped just short of the goal line. Let's call it the 1-yard line. Don Westbrook's in there on the tackle, with help by Daniel Holt. But a good run by Bobby Morgan as he blasts off the left tackle on a slant and gets it down to the 1-yard line. It'll be 2nd and goal for the Patriots. Ball at the Greeneville 1. 6:55 remaining in the first half. Running backs are Cunningham and Madison. Quarles takes, goes straight ahead himself, and he has the touchdown. Taylor Quarles, and the quarterback keeper from the 1. Touchdown, Patriots. 6:47 remaining in the first half as the Patriots take a 21-0 lead. Bobby Morgan in to attempt the extra point. Dougal Spivey will be snapping, and John David Holland holding, if in fact they choose, and they do. Now there's a shift. Rest of the team, the other 8, decide to join in on the kicking game. Snap, ball's down. The kick by Morgan is no good. Timeout on the field. It's Patriots 21, Greeneville nothing. We'll be back. Morgan, long run, takes it, is high and short, going to be taken at the 14, is fumbled and picked up at the 15 and hit as he gets across the 20 to the 25-yard line, where he's brought down by Robert Tucker. Put it down at the 26-yard line and call it 1st and 10 for the Greenies. 6:40 remaining in this first half. They trail 21-0. Eric Moon once again brings them up. Moon with his back split. Long count, takes, drops straight back, looks to throw, got some pressure. The ball is going to be intercepted. Intercepted there from 25 to 30, down to the 20-yard line. It's David Satterfield who intercepted the ball back at the 35 and broke a tackle or 2. Takes it on down there near the 20. In fact, let's call it the 20. It's so close, let's call it the 20.
Good pressure that time by the Patriot defensive line. They put pressure on the Moon. They threw a pass that back across the Greene, and David Satterfield made a good play and a good run. I didn't know David Satterfield could run like that.
I'll try him at fullback sometime on a power play. 6:05 remaining in the first half as Taylor Quarles brings him up now. Takes, gives there to Cunningham. Not much place to go, but on sheer determination and effort, he gets down inside the 20 to near the 15-yard line. Let's call it the 16.
Good hard run that time by Darren Cunningham. He just wasn't going to be stopped, and he just twisted and turned and kept those legs churning and picked up a good game.
Bobby Morgan replaces Cunningham. 2nd and 6 for the Patriots. Ball at the Greeneville 16-yard line. Morgan and Madison, the running backs, behind Taylor Quarles. Tracy Ivy to the near side. The give is to Morgan. Morgan breaks the tackle, gets inside the 10, down around the 6 or 7-yard line. Hard running by Bobby Morgan.
I'm impressed, Bill. Every time I see Bobby Morgan run, he runs with a lot of determination, he just never stops. He just is always trying, especially tough when he gets down towards the goal line. What's happening right now is Jefferson County is dominating up front, and that goes as far as their offensive line goes, and when they're on defense, they're dominating Greeneville's offensive line. So unless something changes, it could be a long night for Greene.
First and goal for the Patriots at the Greeneville 7-yard line. Cunningham back in to replace Morgan. Jesse Day split wide to the right, and we got a call out there. Is that a delay? It is. Delay of game called against the Patriots, and that can hurt our goal line offense. 5-yard penalty moves it back to the 11. Where it'll be second and goal for the Patriots at that point. 4:46 remaining in the first half. Patriots lead it 21-0. Scott Henson in with a play to replace Tracy Ivy. Jesse Day split wide to the right. The give is to Cunningham. Here he goes. He'll go in. Standing up for the touchdown. Aaron Cunningham. Give him 6.
That was a good play that time. A little track play back to the left side. I don't think Darren even got touched. He just kind of ran on about 10 yards into the end zone.
Well, as you say, the game is being won in the trenches. It's really an overmatch, a mismatch up front. Bobby Morgan in to attempt the extra point. This time Jesse Day is going to be holding Dougal Spivey on the snap. Snap, the kick's down, ball is up, and the kick is good. Timeout on the field, the score, Patriots lead it 28-0. We'll be back after this. Bobby Morgan approaches, he hits it, it's a long high kick. It's going to be taken at the 11-yard line by Berkey out across the 10, the 15, across the 20 to up near the 25-yard line. Right in there on that tackle was the kicker, Bobby Morgan. Helped there by Scott Hickey. Put it down on the 23-yard line and call it 1st and 10 for the Green Devils at that point. 4:25 remaining in the first half. They trail 28-0 to the Patriots. Eric Moon, the quarterback, finds himself in a position now he's going to have to throw, and that could cause a lot of damage. And the give is to Moore, and Moore gets maybe a yard as he gets out across 23 up to the 24. 1 yard pickup, 2nd and 9. Clock running with 3:43 remaining in the first half. Patriots leading 28-0. 2nd and 9. Our Greeneville ball at their own 24-yard line. Eric Moon doesn't like what he sees. Calls timeout. Timeout on the field. Patriots lead it 28-0. We'll be back after this. Bring you all the action of tonight's IMAC headliner featuring the Green Devils of Greeneville High School and the Patriots of Jefferson County. Patriots leading it 28-0 with 3:30 remaining in the first half. It's a 2nd and 9 for the Greenies. Ball at their own 24. Eric Moon, the quarterback for Greeneville, takes, drops back, looks to throw, he's got some pressure, and he's going to be decked back inside the 15 at the 14-yard line. It looks like a little bit of everybody's there. There's Andre Batts, there's Johnny Williams, Todd Collins, Brian, Eric Greer in there. No blocking up front that time as the Patriot defense just overpowered the Greeneville offensive line, and Eric Moon was lucky to escape with his life in the football. But he did. 2:55 remaining, 3rd and 20. Ball at the 14. Moon brings him up, a single setback. Motion to the right. Moon takes, drops back again. He's being rushed back there and thrown by Mike Smith. The pass intended out in the left flat for Jeff Anderson, overthrown. Good coverage out there by Cunningham.
Greeneville just can't get anything going there. They can't protect their quarterback. They're not don't have any running game going. They need to get something established offensively or they're going to be in trouble.
Standing back at his own 2-yard line, the Greeneville punter again hits one. It's almost straight up a fair catch. Is being called for. Good job by Tracy Ivey as he takes it at the Greeneville 34-yard line. So once again, Patriots take over with great field position at the Greeneville 34-yard line. 2:31 remaining. Plenty of time for the Patriots to score again. Running backs are Madison and Cunningham. Jason Inslee split wide to the right. Taylor Quarles, the quarterback, takes, drops back, and it's on a quarterback draw, keeps. He's down to the 30, inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. Ben Weems on the stop, but a good gainer for quarterback Taylor Quarles. Picked up a 6 yards, make it 2nd and 4 for the Patriots as they move it down inside the 30 to the Greeneville 28-yard line. Again, Inslee split wide to the right. Quarles back again, looking to throw over the middle, and he has Todd Collins breaks a tackle. 10, 5, touchdown! Tremendous play by Todd Collins for a touchdown.
Great athletic play that time by Todd. He was actually, looked to me like he was actually interfered with before he got bumped before the ball got there. Kept his concentration, made the catch, broke 2 tackles, and ran it in the end zone.
Another touchdown for the Patriots. Makes that score 34-0. Bobby Morgan in to attempt the point after with Jesse Day to hold and Dougal Spivey to snap. Good snap, it's down. The kick by Morgan is up and good. He kicked the spiral through there. So with time out on the field, Patriots lead it big, 35-0. We'll be back. Bobby Morgan approaches it, and he hits a long, high kickoff. It's going to be taken at the 4-yard line across the 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And I said 25, but he's hit just before he gets to the 25. Put him down at the 24-yard line. Chris Orr on the hit, and a good one it was. 1st and 10, Greeneville, ball at their own 24. A minute 38 remaining in the first half. They trail 35-0 as Eric Moon, the quarterback, brings them up. Backs are split. On a long count, the give on the dive to the left side across the 25 to the 26-yard line. Stop made there by Paul Helton. Put it down at the 26. And call it 2nd and 8 for Greeneville at that point. A minute remaining in the first half. A little confusion appears in the huddle down there as Eric Moon looks to the sideline for some help, gets the message, brings his greenies up to the line of scrimmage, and he'll have to get the play off in a hurry. Got the man in motion to the left, a good hole opening up across the left side, out across the 30 to the 32-yard line is Matthews, stopped there by Todd Collins and Tracy Ivey. Anderson, the ball carrier, put it down at the 33-yard line, correction, 32-yard line, and the Greenies want to talk about it. Time out on the field, and let's stay right here with only 20 seconds remaining. And the Devils want to get one more playoff. Brad, it looks like the Patriots do remember.
I believe they do remember. I had spoken with several of the players back during the summer. What they had indicated to me was that they were really looking forward to playing Greeneville this year. They were talking about that during the summer, so I'm sure they were really thinking a lot about Greeneville this week in practice and preparing for the game. Right now, what it boils down to is we just got them outclassed up front.
Should be another opportunity for Coach Kisbeth, should he desire, to play a lot of his younger ball players. Some quarters have suspected he might not want to take any prisoners. I don't know. Only 20 seconds remaining in the first half as Moon sends a man in motion, gives to the up back, and he doesn't get anything as big Darren Greene stops him right at the line of scrimmage. May have lost a little bit. Lost a half a yard or so. Move it back to the 31, and they'll not get another playoff. That's the end of the first half. Patriots lead it big over Greeneville, 35-0. We'll be back from Minnesota to be here to watch the Patriots play tonight, along with his wife Lita, and even brought his dog. So Doug Derryberry here to watch the Patriots, and we welcome him. Bobby Morgan hitting it. It's going to be taken at the 17, out across the 20. Not much room there if he gets to the 25. Good hit made down there. Chris Orr made the big hit for the Patriots with some help there by Mike Hance.
Well, I've got to say something. 3 or 4 times tonight I've saw number 51 Eric Greene on covering kickoffs not make the tackle, but get down there and just go like a man that's crazy and just bust that wedge up and let somebody else come and make the tackle. And that takes somebody that's a special person to do that.
1st and 10 at the 25, their own 25, as Moon takes. Moon keeps. He's got some pressure, and he's going to be dragged down for a loss by Mike Smith. Got him with the jersey and pulled him down. Strong man Mike Smith. Loss of about 2 yards on the play. Move it back to the 23. It'll be 2nd and 12 for the Devils at that point. Play just underway in the 3rd quarter. Patriots lead it 35-0. Eric Moon, the quarterback for the Devils. Backs are split. Wide receivers to either side of the field. May have had a jump out there, and Moon takes, and Moon's going to be thrown for, after making a 1-yard gain there by David Satterfield, but I believe that the Greene's jumped there.
Looked like a tight end jump pretty early that time, Bill.
Patriots may refuse that penalty, and they have. Since Moon only picked up, well, really less than a yard. Let's call it 3rd and a long one. Excuse me, long 11 or a short 12. 10:38 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Patriots lead it 35-0. 3rd and 12 as Eric Moon brings him up. One running back position behind him. Takes, throws out to the right, looks to throw, has to pull it down. Andre Bass after him, can't get him. Darren Greene forces him to throw it up toward Berkey. Coverage there by John David Holland at the 36-yard line. Pass underthrown, incomplete. Big pressure thrown there by Darren Greene and Andre Batts.
Good pressure that time, as you mentioned, by Darren Greene and Andre Batts. I'm afraid Mr. Moon is going to be having nightmares tonight, seeing the Jefferson County defenders chasing after him. He's not had time to throw the ball at all tonight.
4th and 12. Greeneville punter standing back at his 11. High snap, pulls it down, gets a kickoff, a high spiral. Not going too deep, though. Bounces at the Patriot 45, 46-yard line. Down there by Greeneville. So the Patriots again take over with good field position. Ball at their own 46-yard line. Ten minutes remaining in the 3rd period as Taylor quarrels with running backs Darren Cunningham and Kenny Madison. Wide receivers are Ivy and Day. The pitch is to Madison, 45, midfield, 45, 40, 35, 30, cuts back against the grain, down to the 25-yard line. Finally brought down by Dan Jeffers.
I told Bill that was just a little quick option back to the quick side. Taylor Quarles did a good job of making the turn and getting his head up and seeing the defensive end, making the pitch. And after Kenny Madison got the ball, he did a good job turning the corner and picking up a good yard.
1st and 10 for the Patriots. Ball at the 24-yard line in Greeneville territory. Eric Carter into the lineup replacing Cunningham. Quarles takes. Gives to Carter, and Carter gets inside the 20 down to the 16-yard line, maybe the 17-yard line. Pickup of about 7 yards for Eric Carter. Make it 2nd and 3 at the Greeneville 17-yard line. Taylor Quarles wants to talk about it. Timeout on the field. Patriots lead it 35-0. We'll be back after this. 9:04 remaining in the 3rd period. 2nd and 3 at the Greeneville 17-yard line. Quarles takes, keeps, and fumbles, and the ball is going to be recovered, however, by the Patriots inside the 15 by Brian Overby. Brian Overby, the offensive guard, hustling down there and picks up that fumble and recovers it down near the 13-yard line. So actually a pickup and enough for a first down on the fumble.
When things are going good, they're going good, Bill.
Taylor was stripped of the football as he went through there on the keeper, but Overby very alertly picked it up. Pass to Todd Collins, touchdown.
Great call. I like that call. That's a good play. A little spin action there and just fantastic pass back to the inside.
That's been one of their most effective goal line offense plays and offensive maneuvers all year long, and Taylor Quarles and Todd Collins have that thing down to perfection. Beautifully thrown pass by Taylor Quarles after spinning on the quick look-in pass to the big tight end, Todd Collins, for the touchdown. Bobby Morgan to attempt the extra point. Snap. The kick by Morgan is up and good. Timeout on the field. Patriots lead it 42-0. We'll be back. Bobby Morgan hits it, a long high kick coming down. It's going to be taken at the 12, out across the 15, staggers out across the 20 to the 25-yard line. Brought down by Mike Hance again, who made the stop on the last kickoff. So once again, 1st and 10 for Greeneville. Ball at their own 25 as once again they try to find a crack in that big Patriot defense and some light at the end of the tunnel. So far tonight it's been extremely dark for the Greenies. Clock running with 8:13 remaining in the 3rd period. Patriots lead it big, 42-0. As Chris Moon, the quarterback, brings him up. Backs are split. Long count. Moon out in the flat to Berkey. Berkey has a block, but he stumbles and falls as he gets to the 24. There's a flag out there on the play. Holding call against Greeneville. And Brad, as you say, when things were going good, they're going good, and when things are going bad, they get worser.
That's the truth. That time, that was an interesting play. I don't know if that was intended to be a lateral or not, but Eric Moon actually threw that ball backwards behind the line of scrimmage, and the receiver hadn't caught the ball, it would have been a fumble. Yes.
Holding penalty marked off against Greeneville moves the ball back to the 12-yard line, deep in their own territory, with 7:47 remaining.
Yeah, I know. I didn't think that.
Steve Spano, and split wide to the left, is running into a lot of pressure there, and there's been Paul Helton again to make the stop on Eric Moon, and there was just nowhere to go. And that's about the third or fourth big play that Paul Helton's made tonight.
Paul Helton's having a heck of a ball game, Bill. That time he took on it looked like a little bootleg type of play developing, and he took on the blocker and threw him away and then made the tackle on the quarterback.
2nd and 23, lost back to the 9-yard line. On the big play, big defensive play by Paul Helton, the junior defensive end. Moon drops back, looking to throw, comes up into the pocket and makes a great toss down there, and a good catch by Spano at the 22-yard line. And that's the first time tonight that Moon has had a chance to really step up in the pocket and fire that ball to the intended receiver.
That's true, Bill. He still has some pressure back to the outside, but he did the smart thing. He didn't get antsy in there. He stepped up in the pocket and made a good throw. I can see why he is leading the conference in passing.
But he had a long way to go, and it's still 3rd and about 12 or 13. Ball at their own 22, 23-yard line. And a 3rd and long as Chris Moon brings them up. Motion to the left. Inside give to number 14. He gets short running room across the 25 to the 26-yard line. That's Ben Weems. Picked up about 3 yards up to the 26, close to the 27, where it'll be 4th and 9 for Greeneville. Kick, and there's going to be a roughing the kicker call against the Patriots back there. And an injured Patriot. The kick was down just short of midfield.
Looks like he's got a cramp, Bill. Let's hope that's all it is.
But the roughing the kicker call will bring it back and give Greeneville an automatic first down. What's that?
You're saying Chris.
I mean, about 50% of the time. Roughing the kicker penalty. Automatic first down, moves that ball up to the Greeneville 41-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Greenies at that point. They trail 42-0 with 5:36 remaining in the 3rd period. Eric Moon, the quarterback, I think I've been calling him Chris some tonight. But Eric Moon, fine Greeneville quarterback, brings him up with a single slot back with motion to the left, rolling out to the left. Moon keeps across the 40, and he's decked as he gets up to around the 43-yard line by Paul Helton. Help there by Satterfield. Chad Gann also in on the play as Patriots starting to get some of the younger players in there. Pickup of a yard, make it 2nd and 9 for the Greenies. Ball at their own 43. Eric Moon, quarterback on a long count, takes. Gives to the back, it's fumbled, and it's going to be recovered back at the 40-yard line by Weems. But it'll be a loss on the play for the Devils. And we'll move it back to their own 40-yard line and bring on 3rd and 11.
Greeneville was lucky to get the ball on that football that time. Looked like the dive man may have hit the ball and knocked it out of Eric Moon's hand. And luckily Weems was there to follow him.
Weems and Jefferson are the running back split. Behind Moon, Moon starts straight back to pass. He's got pressure. He fires it out there in the general neighborhood of Weems, but he had to rush the throw, and it was greatly underthrown. Big pressure there. Incomplete pass brings on a 4th and 11 for Greeneville, ball at their own 40-yard line. Craig West dropping back into punt formation, standing at his own 27. Plenty of time, gets off a good high floater. Madison takes it at the 30, drops it, falls on it, and recovers it there. So the Patriots will take over, 1st and 10 at their own 30.
Personal foul.
Had some late licks down there, and let's see what the call is. Personal foul against Greeneville. They'll once again give the Patriots good field position. As that'll move it up to their own near their own 45-yard line. In fact, put it right at the 45 with 3:49 remaining. 1st and 10 Patriots at that point. And Eric Hutchins, the fine sophomore quarterback, is in to run the Patriot offense with 3:45 remaining. Eric Hutchins. Hutchins takes a give straight ahead to Eric Carter, I do believe, and short running room across the 45 to around the 47-yard line. That's correct. Eric Carter and Bobby Morgan, the running backs. Tony Richardson in at a wide receiver spot, number 83, and I'm not sure that's correct. He's listed number 83. Eric Hutchins has trouble with the snap. He's going to be, when he gets out of a trap, gets back up there, he's got running room across midfield down to around the Greeneville 47-yard line. Good job by Eric Hutchins escaping a trap back there and then getting away and picking up some yardage, and he ran over that last guy.
He just lowered his head. He showed a little aggressive attitude there. He wanted to take on that defensive back, it looked like. But in the games I've seen Eric Hutchins play, Bill, I've been very impressed with him. I think he's going to be a very good quarterback in the next couple of years for Jefferson County.
Sean Brady is number 83. He's a 6'3", 185-pound junior who's in there at a wide receiver on that last play. The give, it's an inside give, and then a keeper there by Hutchins, and Hutchins was off to the races, but caught by the jersey over there. It saved the touchdown, but he gains down to the 39-yard line where he's brought down by Marty Isbell. But it's enough for 1st down yardage for the Patriots. 1st and 10 Patriots. Ball at the Greeneville 39-yard line with 2:10 remaining in the 3rd period, and they lead it 42-0. Eric Hutchins, the quarterback. Jason Inslee, another sophomore, split wide to the right. Hutchins looks him over, long count, and Greeneville may have jumped. Let's see what the call is. Running backs are Bobby Morgan and Eric Carter. That's correct. Greeneville, offsides. 5-yard penalty. Moves it down inside the 35 to the 34, where it'll be 1st and 5 for the Patriots at that point. Hutchins brings it back up. Backs are split. Takes. Gives to Morgan. 30. Inside the 30. Down around the 25. Inside the 25 as he pulls his way. Finally brought down by Don Westbrook. Helped there by number 62, Brian Stubbs. But Bobby Morgan pulled his way down there for another 1st down to the Greeneville 24-yard line.
Phil, the times I've seen Bobby Morgan run, I don't think I've ever, I don't know, that I can remember, I can never remember him being knocked backwards at the end of the play. He's always leaning forward, always running hard. And, I like the way he plays. He plays aggressive. That's good.
Good hard-nosed football player. Plays a pretty good brand of linebacker, too, when they want to use him in there. Kicks off, and now he's handling extra points. 1st and 10 Patriots. Ball at the Greeneville 24. Eric Hutchins, a sophomore quarterback, gives again to Morgan. No place to go this time. He may have gotten a yard. Marty Isbell again at the bottom of the stack there. Help from Daniel Hulk. Give Morgan 1 yard, make it 2nd and 9 for the Patriots. Ball at the Greeneville 23. David Cagle, another sophomore, at the center position. As Coach Kisbeth using a lot of young players now. Hutchins back to pass. Gets away from one. He's throwing a long pass. It's going to be intended for Inslee in the end zone. And almost with an interception down there, Andy Boynton. Pass was underthrown as Eric Hutchins had to get it off in a hurry. He sidestepped one rusher and had another one right in his face when he unloaded that bomb, but it wasn't close. Good coverage by Boynton, almost an interception. Incomplete pass stops the clock with 34 seconds remaining in the third period. Patriots lead it 42-0. 3rd and 9 at the Greeneville 23. Eric Hutchins drops back again to pass. Looks in the middle to beautifully thrown pass and just dropped by Sean Brady. Sean knows it. Hit him in the hands. Is that a flag back there?
Well, it's a penalty flag.
Yeah. Personal foul, roughing the passer. And that should give the Patriots a first down.
Well, I know Coach Sauls hates to see that. That's not a very smart penalty. You're getting beat 42-0, you do tend to get a bit frustrated, but you put them in a position now where Jefferson kind of go ahead and score another one and put another nail in your coffin. I don't know.
First down, marked off against Greeneville, puts the ball down at the 13-yard line where it's 1st and 10 for the Patriots. Only 29 seconds remaining in the third period as Eric Hutchins, the quarterback, brings him up there, takes the give to Carter. Eric Carter is going to go in, standing up for the touchdown.
Great blocking up front. Greeneville was blitzing. They blitzed about the past 3 or 4 times in a row, and that time they picked him up, and Eric Carter was screwed off left in and did not get touched.
Good to see Eric get a chance to run the football some more. He got into a little slump there, been playing good defense, but fine slashing run off the left side by Eric Carter for the touchdown. Makes the score 48-0. Bobby Morgan in to attempt the point after. John David Holland in to hold this time. Snap down is a fake. Holland to the right, throws in the end zone, and it's complete. Makes it 50. Time out on the field. Patriots 50. Greeneville nothing. We'll be back after this. Homecoming 87. See the Patriots lead it 50-0 as Bobby Morgan approaches yet another kickoff. It's going far and deep down to the 8, across the 10, the 15, running room out to the 20. Next as he gets out around the 24-yard line. Terrell Parker with a good hit over there to knock down the kickoff return. 1st and 10 for Greeneville at their own 24-yard line. Only 14 seconds remaining in this third period. And the official mercifully starts the clock. They'll probably not get a play off. And that's correct. Time out on the field. That's the end of the third period. Patriots lead it 50-0. We'll be back after this.
What are you doing there?
Working at First Baptist Church in Cleveland.
Are you?
Trying to stay out of trouble.
Cleveland, Tennessee?
Yeah. Hey, Bill. Well, you hear you. What's your voice doing there? What's voice doing right there? What's voice doing right there?
Boris Green, Alan Duncan, thank you for coming by. Is at Seattle. He played last week, his first game, and 15 carries, 68 yards. Supposed to start tomorrow, Sunday.
Is he really?
Yeah. He had to struggle that decision a long time. He didn't want to cross the line, and but when the others started going back, he decided that he wanted to play some more.
Right, good groceries on the table.
Right. Alan Duncan, good to see you, friend.
Thank you.
Is it Wad or Fuad now?
Wad.
Wad, okay. Wad Duncan.
Miami. Wad's right here.
Oh, Fuad's mad. You read tonight's paper?
Oh, yeah.
Whew, he's mad. Well, you know, there's a lot of folks that believe that there's really no use for a union in the NFL. You know, each player has his own union. They've all got these high-priced agents.
Well, I tell you, they've had a union. I do think they've had some success with their union, but I think they overplayed their cards, so to speak, and really they're beyond. They're not going to be getting much help on down the line. I'm not sure what they've done to themselves. Everybody I read in the paper said it was total defeat for the union. You know, last time they struck and came out with quadruple the average salary, and this time there's no telling what's going to happen. They got a little too greedy.
Upshaw can't really be in good standing right now with the union. Think he'll be replaced?
I really have no idea. I would imagine. I don't really follow unions and all that's involved that much. Last time when I was in camp with the Denver Broncos and it was released, that was the year they struck the last time, and you know they really came away from that, I think, thinking that a strike would work for them again. I think the owners had just decided to gut it up, and they let them know ahead of time. I don't know that the players really have a lot they can gripe about. I mean, they signed a contract and agreed to play for these guys, and you know, I always thought it was, you know, man ought to live up to the word, and they walked out of camp, so I don't know how they could expect anything, the owners do anything but what they did.
Alan, where are you now? Marshtown?
Yeah, no, I'm in Cleveland, Tennessee, serving at First Baptist Church in Cleveland, Tennessee. Up here to watch Jeff County. Looks like they're going to win this one, I'm hoping.
Your impressions?
I hope they can pull it out. I tell you what, they look tough all the way down the line. I told my wife they just look strong and big and good. I'm pulling for them to win the state championship. I better not say that too loud. Them folks down in Brandley County might get mad at me, but I think they got a great football team, and I think these guys have worked long and hard, and they're in a position where they're going to put the big one on the map this time.
Eric Moon just made a good maneuver there as he faked and then read that veer real well and kept it himself across the outside left tackle and brought it all the way out to the 39-yard line where the Greene has got a 1st and 10 at that point. Well, will we see you over at the creek tomorrow? Are you going to stay around and see the Eagles?
Well, you know, Coach Sparks and the rest of his staff always kid me that I'm their kicking guru, and I think old Louis had missed a couple of field goals, so they decided they were going to bring me in to put a little hoop goose on him or something like that. But we had a little good workout with him there Thursday, and you know, Louis is a great athlete, got super ability. Oh,
Mercy.
Greene was airing it out, aren't they?
Yeah.
You know, they called it a catch.
Well, there's a flag there too. I think is that Jim Snodgrass? Yeah, Jim Snodgrass is defending on that play. Let's see what the call is.
Interference was preliminary indication.
Coach Kisbeth has got a very young lineup in there right now. And, in fact, I see some people in there I don't believe I've seen this year. That's not true, but Donnie Palmer's in there, and Bruce Whitehead, Chris Orr, very familiar with him, Jim Snodgrass, Sean Ivey, young club out there. That's one good thing, Alan, this year Coach Kisbeth has had a chance really to play a lot of young people. Of course, he got 22 starters, you know, that are seniors.
I'll tell you what, it's a great football team down there. I really believe that.
Eric Moon had trouble with that. The inside give there and then pulled it out and dropped the ball and was lucky to recover the fumble back at midfield.
Is he related to Andy Moon? He used to play
yeah, he's the brother.
He's Andy Moon's brother?
Andy Moon's brother.
Is Andy still playing at Alabama, or is he his knee injury wrapped his career up? You know?
I haven't heard. I heard that he's still out of Alabama, but I don't know if he's playing or not. I don't know if the knee got him out or not. But it's always good to see you. You're traveling in questionable company there, though,
I
with
tell you,
Sparks.
anytime you get around Ken Sparks, you got to watch out.
He'll say, hey, buddy.
That's right. He said, hey, buddy, got to get it together here.
Quick pitch out to the left side.
Get on down there with you before I get in trouble. Good to see you, guys.
Good to see you, Alan. Come back and see us. The quick pitch out there nets very little as Timmy McDaniel. That's not right.
We're just trying to have fun. It's so boring.
That's not right. Shane Ferguson over there to make the stop for the Patriots back at the Greeneville 49-yard line. Good play by Shane Ferguson.
Looks like the band is starting to stand out a little bit, Bill. The students may be heading into the dance.
One of the Greeneville players injured on the play, Jeff Anderson, being helped off the field. So we've got a 3rd and 14 for Greeneville as we sort of lost the game there for a little bit. I hope you don't mind, folks, because very interesting conversation with ex-professional kicker Alan Duncan and All-American kicker down at UT. Moving back, being pressured, gets it out there, intended down the right flat for Berkey. Correction, Moore. Good coverage out there by Chad Gann, or pressure by Chad Gann on the quarterback. Incomplete pass stops the clock with 9:47 remaining and brings up a 4th and 14 situation for the Greenies. Back in to receive the punt is sophomore Jason Inslee. Greeneville again hits a high pop-up infield fly rule call as the ball bounds out of bounds at the Patriot 31-yard line.
Nice little 9-iron shot there, Bill.
Hadn't been so high, it had been a duck hook. Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 30 with 9:37 remaining. Quarterbacking to be done by Eric Hutchins. David Cagle, the center. Glenn Purrier split wide to the left. Hutchins on a long count takes the give. Good running room, 35, 40, 45, midfield, thrown down finally. And that's number 38, Kevin Harrell. Ben Weems made the saving tackle for the Greenies. 1st and 10 Patriots. Ball at the 48-yard line in Greeneville territory is Kevin Harrell on the give from Hutchins with a good gainer.
Well, it sure is good to see some of those younger kids come in there and get some experience like this in a game situation. It's going to be invaluable to them next year.
1st and 10 Patriots, ball at the 48-yard line in Greeneville territory. Hutchins takes on the quick give, a dive, and good running room across the 45 down near the 40-yard line. And we're a little slow picking up these. That's Kenneth Harrell, Kevin's twin brother. So a good gain down to the 41, where it'll be 2nd and 3 for the Patriots at that point. Purrier split wide to the right. Snodgrass to the left. The pitch to Harrell, and Harrell loses as he is really racked up over there. Pick up the number there by Doug Burns. Doug Burns made a good stick for Greeneville, and the loss is back to the 46-yard line, closer to the 47. So make it 3rd and 9 for the Patriots at that point. Hutchins in a passing situation with 7:44 remaining, 3rd and long. Takes, goes to the near side, tries to get back to pass on a play action, but he's caught and thrown down by Brian Stubbs for another loss. Back to midfield. So that'll bring up a kicking situation for the Patriots. With 7:14 remaining and the clock running, it's 4th and 13 at the midfield. And that's not Johnny Williams back there in kick formation. Let's see who the kicker is. And maybe Poppy Carter. Good line drive kick down at the 20, taken by Berkey. 25, reverses his field and falls down at the 22. Jim Snodgrass was there. But the kick, the punt was delivered by Poppy Carter. Sophomore punter coming in to get some experience in game conditions. 5'10", 160-pound sophomore, younger brother of Eric Carter. 6:50 remaining. Patriots lead it 50-0 over Greeneville. And Greeneville has the first. Let's see what we got here. Penalty being marked off, a major penalty being marked off against Greeneville for holding. And that moves ball back inside the 15 to the 12-yard line. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Devils at that point. Eric Moon still the quarterback. With his back split, rolls out to the right, going to keep, runs to the near side, and is going to be hit as he crosses the 20 to the 22-yard line. Bobby Morgan with help from Glenn Puryear.
All new faces in there on the Jefferson County defense, but that time defensive end lost containment and enabled Eric Moon to get out to the outside and pick up a pretty good game. But there was Mr. Aggressive Bobby Morgan out there to make the stop.
Put the ball down at the 22-yard line and call it 2nd and 3 for the Devils at that point. 5:45 remaining in this game. They trail 50-0. Eric Moon, the quarterback, hadn't had a chance to do much tonight. Hadn't had a chance to display that passing. He's going to keep this time. He's going to get his first down. Then he pitches, and he's got a man out there that's picking up good yardage across the 30 to the 34-yard line. The trailing back, Kyle Moore, knocked down over there by Kevin Harrell.
Well, that's a good play at that time by Andy Moon. He kept the ball, turned the ball upfield, and he kept it to the last moment and made the pitch, and he brought it back, pick up another 5, 6, 7 yards.
Displayed his athletic ability there, and picks up a first down for Greeneville. 1st and 10. Ball at their own 33, maybe the 34-yard line. Let's call it the 34. 5:10 remaining in this game. Eric Moon comes to the near side, fakes, pitches again, this time to Weems, and a good open field tackle by Terry Hickman. Hickman pulls him down as he crosses the 35 to the 36-yard line. 2-yard pickup, and it'll be 2nd and 8 for Greeneville with 4:40 remaining in this game. Patriots would like to preserve that shutout. 4.5 minutes remaining. Eric Moon brings him up against a young Patriot defense. Fumbles the football and picks it up himself. No gain on the play. So it'll be 3rd and 8. Bad exchange from the center to the quarterback. Four minutes exactly remaining in this game. Patriots lead it big, 50-0. The question now is, can they hold on to their shutout? 3rd and 8 for Greeneville. Eric Moon, the quarterback. Takes again, he fumbles a snap, and he's thrown down there by Ron Livingston. May have picked up a yard, but it'll still be 4th and 7 at the 37. Punt formation for Greeneville. This time he hits a good one, end over end. Being chased over there by Inslee. Inslee picks it up and falls at the Patriot 24-yard line. There to make sure he doesn't go anywhere was Steve Spano. So with 3:06 remaining, Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line. Eric Hutchins once again coming in to manage the Patriot offense. Patriot crowd hanging in there. Have a few people to desert and head for the parking lot. The Greeneville side is beginning to empty up rather rapidly. But it's been a big homecoming show here for the Patriot fans. Perfect night for football. A little bit of revenge accomplished. And easily will retain their #1 ranking in the state with a big win over Greeneville. Eric Hutchins now, as the Patriot offense gets ready to go. The give is to Harrell, one of them. I think it's Kevin, who gets out just for short yardage to the 25. That is Kevin Harrell. Put it down, ball nosing just across the 25. Pickup of 2 yards, call it 2nd and 8 for the Patriots. Poppy Carter now into the lineup, replacing Kevin Harrell. So Poppy Carter and Kenneth Harrell are your running backs. Hutchins takes, rolls out, looking to pass. He's going to be thrown for a loss, back inside the 20, out around the 17-yard line by Don Jeffers and Lewis Morlock. Hutchins hadn't had a whole lot of protection by this young offensive line.
No, but it's good to have that whole second unit in there as a team as far as the offensive line goes, because that's the offensive line of the future, and they need to play together as a unit like that. And they're not doing the greatest of jobs right now, but they're getting some good experience in the game situation, and they've moved the ball quite well at times.
Put the ball down at the 18-yard line and call it 3rd and 15. 3rd and 15 for the Patriots. Hutchins takes on a draw play. Some running room out to the 20, trying to get outside, and they're going to be decked as he gets to the 23-yard line is Poppy Carter. Tackle out there by Weems and Daniel Hulk. Put it down at the 22 and call it 4th and 12. Less than a minute and a half left now. Minute 23, 22, 21, minute 20 left.
That's an alignment.
Poppy Carter dropping back in punt formation. He'll take the snap at his 10-yard line. Snap is high, Poppy pulls it down, gets a nice spiral off. It's going to be fielded at the 45-yard line by Berkey. Midfield, tries to get outside, and he gets decked at the Patriot 45-yard line by Ron Livingston. Good hit by young Ron Livingston on Berkey. A shifty return who gets it down to the Patriot 44-yard line. 53 seconds remaining. The Devils would like to get on the clock. Eric Moon, the quarterback, with a single running back. Motion to the right. The give on the inside. Give to Weems. Here he goes. 40, 35, and he's decked down at the 30-yard line by Chris Orr. with some help from Jim Snodgrass. 1st and 10, Greeneville. Ball at the 29-yard line in Patriot territory. Clock running, 27 seconds remaining. Young Patriot defense trying desperately. They didn't have enough people in there. Moving back to pass. He's going to be blindsided for a loss. By Shane Ferguson. Big play by Shane Ferguson. And Greeneville wants a timeout. Only 7 seconds remaining. We'll stay right here. It'll be a 2nd and long, 2nd and 16 for Greeneville. They'll have one more chance to put something on the board with only 7 seconds remaining, and the Patriots leading at 50-0.
Well, I bet Eric Moon was wondering what type of defense he was going up against that time. They had linemen in the secondary. They had people running off the sideline. He probably didn't know what to check off into. He said, Coach Starles didn't tell him about that defense.
That tackle coming in from the sideline. Well, it's easy to enjoy the situation when you're ahead by 50 points.
That's true.
Probably pretty sickening over on the other side of the field.
I've been over there before.
7 seconds remaining. Eric Moon takes, looking to throw, and it's bounced out there, and he tried to lateral. The pass was to Spano, and he tried to lateral it to Ben Weems, the old flea flicker. Only thing is the pass, he short hopped it out there, and incomplete pass stopped the clock with 5 seconds. And let's see what the Silver Fox will pull out of his hat now. With only 5 seconds remaining. Eric Boone, the quarterback, brings him up, takes, and he's going to be thrown for a loss. And again, it's that man, Shane Ferguson. Shane Ferguson made 3 big defensive plays there.